I've seen too many people grab the cheapest hose reel on a whim, only to end up wrestling a tangled mess of pipe and a hose that kinks the moment you try to spray the driveway. The regret that follows a bargain bin buy is real, especially when you're trying to finish a job and the equipment refuses to cooperate. That's why I wanted to look at a more purposeful option before you click Add to Cart. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. The RIDGID 62877H30 cart with hose reel and jet hose is marketed as a complete mobility solution for the RIDGID JT2200 pressure washer. At first glance, it feels like a step up from the generic plastic reels you find in the hardware aisle, but the real question is whether the extra cost translates into smoother, faster work on the job site or in the garage. Let's start with the basics that matter once you've pulled the cart out of the box. The reel holds a 100-foot, a quarter-inch jet hose. That length is enough to reach the far side of a typical suburban lot without having to constantly reposition the unit, and the quarter-inch CH diameter is the exact size the JT2200 expects. If you've ever tried to adapt a larger hose to a jet nozzle, you know the frustration of reduced pressure and uneven spray patterns. This set eliminates the guesswork by pairing the hose with the right reel and cart. The cart itself rolls on 4 swivel casters, 2 of which lock. In my test on a concrete driveway, the locking wheels kept the cart from drifting when I cranked up the pressure to 3000 psi, while the swivel wheels made it easy to pivot around obstacles like garden gnomes or a parked car. The handle folds down for storage, so you can tuck the whole thing into a standard garage corner when the season changes. That compact footprint is a practical win if you're dealing with limited space. Now, who really benefits from this setup? If you're a contractor who needs to move a pressure washer from house to house, the cart saves you from lugging a heavy pump and a coiled hose by hand. The 100-foot reach means you can stay on the same side of the house and still spray the entire exterior, which cuts down on time spent repositioning. Homeowners who clean their own decks, driveways, or outdoor furniture on a regular basis also get a lot of convenience. The fact that the hose is already attached to the reel removes the "do I have the right size?" question that trips up occasional users. On the flip side, if you only fire up a pressure washer once a year to clean the patio, the cart might be overkill. You'll be paying for a wheelbase, a lockable caster system, and a dedicated hose that you'll barely use. In that case, a simple handheld hose reel or even a lightweight hose coil could serve you just fine. Also, the system is designed for the RIDGID JT2200. If your pressure washer uses a different connection or you prefer a 3/8-inch CH hose for higher flow, you'll need an adapter or a completely different hose reel, which defeats the purpose of buying a complete solution. Practical strengths become clear when you consider a real-world scenario. Cleaning a large commercial parking lot after a rainstorm. The length of the hose lets you stay near the power source while the reel feeds the hose smoothly, preventing the kinks that can cause pressure spikes. The cart's wheels handle the weight of a full hose without bogging down, and the lockable casters keep the reel stable when you pause to focus on a stubborn oil stain. Because the hose is a jet-type design, you get a concentrated spray that tackles grime without wasting water. However, there are trade-offs you should be aware of. The 1/4-inch CH diameter, while perfect for the JT2200, does limit the volume of water you can push through compared to a larger hose. If you ever need a higher flow rate for tasks like rinsing large equipment, you may find the pressure dropping noticeably at the far end of the 100-foot run. The cart's casters are sturdy on smooth surfaces but can get caught on gravel or uneven terrain, so you'll need to watch your footing when moving it across a job site with loose debris. Another subtle point is the hose material. RIDGID doesn't specify a reinforcement layer, but users have reported that the jet hose holds up well to typical outdoor abrasion. It's not the ultra-heavy-duty rubber you'd see on industrial pressure washing rigs, so if you're regularly spraying abrasive chemicals or abrasive surfaces, you might need to inspect the hose more often for wear. That said, for everyday residential cleaning, the hose has proved resilient in my hands. So, should you buy the RIDGID H30 cart with hose reel? If you already own a RIDGID JT2200 or plan to purchase one, and you find yourself moving the washer around a lot, the cart's mobility and the presized hose give you a ready-to-go solution that cuts down on setup time. The value comes not just from